Have you ever felt alone, even when surrounded by people? What if I told you there is a constant presence by your side, guiding and protecting you? Discover how to find this invisible force and transform your life. Prepare for a journey of self-discovery and faith.
God is everywhere. You find Him in all places. He is simultaneously around you and within you. And it will always be so. Believe by experiencing that you are never or will ever be alone or abandoned. Never allow pain to shake and affect you. Seek to remain calm and serene, to capture the subtle message of God within you. In this way, you will be able to overcome all the challenges and setbacks that arise in your journey through life. You will find the true essence that is present in all things and people. But how does this divine presence manifest in our lives? Follow the story that Apollos will tell next and discover how this force can transform even the most difficult moments.
In a bustling metropolis, where time seems to run faster than normal, lived Andrea, a young executive who, despite her professional success, felt a deep emptiness in her heart. She wondered if there was something more beyond the endless meetings and the goals to be achieved. Andrea was an exemplary professional, always punctual, efficient, and dedicated. Her colleagues admired her ability to solve complex problems and lead teams with mastery. However, at the end of each day, when she returned home, she felt exhausted and without purpose. Her apartment, located in one of the city's most prestigious neighborhoods, was a reflection of her success. Decorated with modern furniture and works of art, the environment was elegant and sophisticated. However, the absence of human warmth made the space cold and impersonal. The nights were long and silent, filled only by the distant sound of traffic and the ticking of the clock on the wall. Andrea often found herself looking out the window, observing the city lights and wondering if there was something more beyond that empty routine. Andrea worked in a medium-sized company, where she was respected for her competence and dedication. However, her personal life was marked by loneliness and a lack of purpose. She lived in a luxurious but empty apartment, where the nights were long and silent. Her days were filled with meetings, presentations, and tight deadlines. Andrea was the person everyone turned to when there was a problem to be solved. Her ability to remain calm under pressure and find creative solutions was enviable. However, this same skill that made her a successful professional also isolated her emotionally. Andrea rarely had time to socialize or cultivate friendships outside of work. Her colleagues admired her, but few knew the real Andrea, the woman behind the mask of efficiency and competence. At home, she felt even more alone. The silence of the apartment was oppressive, and the nights were filled with thoughts of doubt and insecurity. Andrea wondered if there was more to life than professional success and material achievements. One day, while walking through a park near her work, Andrea found an abandoned book on a bench. Curious, she picked it up and began to read. It was a book about spirituality and self-knowledge, which spoke of the presence of God in our lives and how He is always by our side, even in the most difficult moments. The words of the book resonated deeply in her heart, and she felt an immediate connection to the content. Andrea began to read the book every day, absorbing the teachings and reflecting on her own life. The book spoke of the importance of seeking moments of silence and reflection, of connecting with the divine essence that dwells within each of us. Andrea began to practice meditation, dedicating a few minutes of her day to sit in silence and focus on her breathing. Gradually, she began to feel an inner peace she had never experienced before. The comforting presence of God became increasingly palpable in her life, guiding and protecting her in times of difficulty. Andrea also began to pay more attention to the small things of everyday life, appreciating the beauty of a sunrise, the sound of leaves in the wind, and the smile of a stranger. She realized that life was much more than meetings and goals, and that true happiness lay in human connections and gratitude for daily blessings. Andrea began to share her discoveries with colleagues and friends, inspiring them to also seek this spiritual connection. Andrea began to apply the teachings of the book in her daily life. She started meditating and seeking moments of silence and reflection. Gradually, she began to feel a comforting presence by her side, which helped her face the challenges of everyday life with more serenity and confidence. This new perspective transformed her way of dealing with stress and work pressures. Andrea realized that instead of feeling overwhelmed, she could find inner strength and peace, even in the most challenging situations. One day, during a particularly tense meeting, Andrea felt an unexpected calm. Instead of reacting with anxiety, she took a deep breath and remembered the words of the book. She felt the divine presence by her side, guiding her and giving her the courage needed to face the situation. Andrea led the meeting with serenity and clarity, solving problems effectively and inspiring confidence in her team. Over time, Andrea realized that she had never been alone. The divine presence was always by her side, guiding and protecting her. She found a new purpose in her life and began to share her experience with others, inspiring them to also seek this spiritual connection. Andrea began to organize weekly gatherings at her home, where friends and colleagues met to meditate, read, and discuss spirituality. These moments of connection and reflection became a source of strength and inspiration for all participants. Andrea also began to get involved in community projects, dedicating her time and skills to help the less fortunate. She realized that by sharing her light with others, her own life became richer and more meaningful. The loneliness and emptiness that had once filled her nights were replaced by a sense of purpose and connection. Andrea found the true essence that is present in all things and people, and began to live her life with gratitude and joy. But how can this divine presence manifest in our lives? Keep watching to discover with Titus the biblical verses that underpin this message and how they can transform your life.
Amidst the challenges and joys of life, there is one certainty that sustains us: the constant presence of God. He is with us in every step, in every breath, in every moment. And today, I want to share with you 3 verses that remind us of this powerful truth. Our first verse takes us to the book of Psalms chapter 46 verse 1. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. This verse reminds us that God is our fortress and refuge in times of distress. He is always present, ready to help us and give us strength to face any challenge. Just as Andrea found comfort and strength in the divine presence, we too can seek this spiritual connection to overcome our difficulties. Now, let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. This verse assures us that God is always by our side, strengthening us and helping us on our journeys. He upholds us with his faithful hand, giving us the courage and confidence needed to face any obstacle. Andrea found this strength in her life and was able to overcome the loneliness and emptiness she felt. And we will also find in the book of Matthew chapter 28 verse 20, and surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age. This verse guarantees us that God is with us every day, until the end of time. He never abandons us and is always present in our lives, guiding and protecting us. Andrea discovered this truth and found a new purpose in her life, sharing this message with others. This is Jesus' final promise: he will be with us every day, until the end of time. He never abandons us, never leaves us alone. His presence is constant, faithful, and eternal. Have you ever felt alone at some point in your life? How can this divine presence transform your reality? Keep watching to discover the final reflection and how this message can impact your life.
Andrea's story shows us that even in moments of greatest loneliness and despair, there is a divine presence that accompanies and guides us. God is everywhere, around us and within us, ready to strengthen us and give us the serenity needed to face life's challenges. By seeking this spiritual connection, we can find a new purpose and an inner strength that helps us overcome any obstacle. Andrea found this strength and transformed her life, sharing this message with others and inspiring them to also seek this connection. Just like Andrea, you too can find this divine presence in your life. Seek moments of silence and reflection, and allow God to guide your steps. In this way, you will be able to overcome all the challenges and setbacks that arise in your journey through life, finding the true essence that is present in all things and people. Thank you very much for watching until the end. We hope that Andrea's story has touched your heart and inspired you to seek this spiritual connection in your life. But know that this is not the only story of transformation we have to share. In our next videos, we will bring more accounts of people who found strength and purpose in the divine presence. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell so you don't miss our future reflections. Your comments also mean a lot to us. Let us know what you thought of Andrea's story and how it impacts you. We are here to talk and improve together. We can find the true essence that is present in all things and people. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Curious to go further? The learning path continues. We've prepared something special that can complement and deepen your perceptions. Click on the suggestion for a new experience. Thank you for sharing this moment of discovery with us.